guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm back here at Jaguar Clearwater because guess what? We have it. This is the newly refreshed, updated 2020 Jaguar XE P300 R-Dynamic with all-wheel drive. But before we dive into this compact luxury sports sedan, let's talk a little bit about Jaguar history. Jaguar's been around since 1922. So many great models. So much of their tradition has been built on racing and the performance taken from that racing. The good news is that all of those years of victories, even including the coveted 24 Hours Le Mans, that has been poured into this updated Jaguar XE. Now, what's great about the XE, it proves that the brand is not giving up on the saloon, that four-door sedan class vehicle, and this is definitely going to bring the competition to the Audi A4 and the BMW 3 Series for certain. But one thing that we're definitely going to find out is, does Jaguar build the perfect compact luxury sports sedan? Let's go ahead and dive into this XE P300. Right off the bat, you'll see some of the new styling updates that are on the bigger brother. The F-Type are on this XE. We went with a little bit squintier headlight design, all LED, very short, and the way it extends all the way into that fender area really gives it a nice aggressive look. You're gonna get that signature J-shape daytime running lamp and turn signals, all LED. A little bit of silver trim, nothing major. We drop down, you're gonna have a functional air intake on this side, and you'll see exactly why I said that. And then you have a little bit of a design element where the air is gonna hit on this corner and kind of throw it back towards the side of the vehicle. Now, as we come across the newly shaped grille, so here's another connection. Besides the headlights, that newly shaped grille in the same category, that same organization as the F-Type. You can see how we have the R-Dynamic P300. That's gonna be the top trim. That Jaguar staring at you, gonna pounce on you and bite you right in the neck. Forward-facing camera, I like the way it's all gloss black. You drop down, you have a little bit more flat black. Same grille design, which is nice. Sometimes they go with a different design, kind of looks mismatched. It's all the same shape. You have flat black on that lower splitter area. Here's the zonk. We're gonna continue to this corner. Remember how that passenger side was all functional? This is all blocked off except for a side air curtain. So that, to me, is a little bit of a zonk. Have both of them open or none at all. That's what I say. Now, when you get up onto the hood, I like the way the body line starts on the front fascia, goes up into the hood. You have this beautiful raised center area, kind of just raises up nicely and then stays prominent all the way towards the windshield. We come around the bend on this XE R-Dynamic. Here's our wheel and tire setup. So you're looking at this beautiful machine. So you got machined aluminum, and then the flat gray is spot on the money. It's a 20-inch wheel, 235 on the width, and that's a 35 series sidewall. Of course, going to be wrapped in some Pirelli P0 tires. Going to give you that stick. Nice large ventilated rotor, and then you have standard caliper. At this price point, I would have liked to have seen some Brembos, some upgraded braking hardware on this R-Dynamic. So that to me is a zonk. But other than that, the look with the black, sinister, really works well. We go into the fender treatment. You do have this fake vent design, which I am gonna zonk that. I do like, though, this overall shape that's been built into the fender with the Jaguar name on it. I think it kind of breaks up what would be just a bland side fender area. Now, going into our roof, you're gonna have a nice larger style sunroof. The good news is, with this being all black, everything is blacked out. You have the gloss black treatment around the windows, color match mirror caps, your slim and trim LED turn signals. I love the side sill extension. This is one of my favorite parts of the side of this vehicle. Look at the way it extends as we get towards the rear of the car. As we wrap it around back, nice the way that it kind of just slants down, nice waterfall effect onto the trunk. I was hoping for a trunk lid spoiler. You do get a nice aggressive kick up that's built into the sheet metal, but an additional spoiler I think would be spot on the money. LED taillights, of course, turn signals. You do have some more fake vent, which I'm gonna zonk that. It's a little too large for such a high-end compact luxury performance sedan. But what's nice to see is you're going to get your dual exhaust outlets, and they are functional. Nice, simple, low diffuser area there. The XE badging, of course, the Jaguar is such an iconic logo. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering this XE. All right, guys, we got the hood pop. You do have hood struts. A very simple engine cover. It's got some nice design to it, but I would like to see a little bit more, especially this being an XE R-Dynamic. What we're looking at underneath that engine cover is an inline 4 2-liter turbocharged engine, 298 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. It's all routed through that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. You want some performance numbers? I got some for you. 0 to 60, 5.6 seconds, quarter mile, 14.2. The vehicle weighs around 3,964 pounds. MPGs, 22 in the city, 30 on the highway. And if you look up top here and see where your shocks are mounted, you do have these wires, so that means you do have adaptive suspension on this Jaguar XE. But why don't we go ahead, we talked about the performance numbers, let's fire it up and see if this XE makes any sound. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Jaguar XE, that R-Dynamic. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, how much is this vehicle? Now, remember, there's a lot of history, a lot of tradition with Jaguar. MSRP, $58,000 for the way that this one is optioned. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panels, love the shape, love the design. Soft material across the top. You got some gloss black, which looks very classy. You got the optional Meridian sound system with that beautiful aluminum speaker cover. I like the darker tan on the armrest and the back portion of the door panel. The stitch work is beautiful, a little bit of brushed aluminum trim, and then you have a very large pocket down there for a couple quarter pounders and a Barks root beer to wash it all down. Now, when you come to the dash, it's kind of interesting. There's no one design element. So you have this split level where the back portion towards the base of the windshield is up higher, and then this portion is lower. Nice soft material. Love the stitch work, matches the seats and everything. AC vents are very classy. If you notice up top, you got the Jaguar name on that second level, and then we get to the infotainment system area. 10-inch infotainment system screen, navigation, of course, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Really nice, easy to use. I hit the helmet. Look at that. There are your settings that you could go in for engine, suspension, the whole 9 yards, because this is the R-Dynamic mode. And then go back home, real simple. You just hit home. Cameras, like I was telling you before, we do have cameras, 360. Obviously the door is open, so I can't show you all 360, but you do have that great camera setup. I'll throw it in reverse, and there's your backup camera. So there we are. You do have trajectory, which is really nice. And like I said, of course, that would show the full 360 of the car. I hit park, and we're back. Now you work your way down. A little bit of gloss black. Very interesting AC control. So you have the switches here for your blower fan speed. And then here's where you're going to adjust the temperature. You push, and then now you could do, whoa, I'm going to get blown away. Now you could adjust. You have ventilated and heated seats. So that's a really nice touch in this Jag. Beautiful pocket here. Look at this, almost looks like tire tread. That's kind of really cool, to be honest with you. You could put a couple 100-gram bars in there, maybe a payday or two. Maybe you had a payday, that's why you're buying this car. Radio control, shut your traction control off. Obviously that pesky start-stop feature. There's your start-stop button. A little bit of gloss black, it's nothing too crazy. That's gonna control that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. Then on this side, you have a large toggle switch that allows you to go through different modes. Comfort, the dynamic mode, which is what we're going to keep it as the sportiest of the settings. There's like a slippery when wet mode. So they got you covered for different driving modes. There's more of that brushed aluminum that I like. And then watch this. You have a beautiful lid that covers this whole area. 2 cup holders, a place for some jujubes, and a 12 volt. So they got you covered there. Key fob. It's a little bit on the large side, but I guess, hey, bigger's better, according to some people. But you got the buttons on the back, 2 cup holders, close it up. Armrest is as hard as the Constitution. The desk that the Constitution was signed on, that's how hard this is. Flip it up, guess what? You got some felt lining, so you could put the family jewels in there. I'd probably hold on to my own, but if you don't like holding on to your family jewels, you can put them in here. Another 12 volt, 2 USBs. It's kind of weird though. I think this should be wireless charging, so I am gonna zonk that at $58,000. Close the lid, seats, beautiful. Nice leather. Look at that, they give you a little booklet you can read while you're going to the bathroom or something on how to take care of your leather seats. Stitch work is great. Of course, full power assist for the passenger and the driver. And then here's that little bit larger sunroof. It's definitely not panoramic, but it's not super small. Gives the people in the back seat just a little bit of sunshine. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Jaguar XE. All right, guys, business time. You do have 3 memory settings, so you can let 3 separate people borrow your Jaguar XE. Little bit of nice silver trim with that R-Dynamic script down there. What's missing is, this is R-Dynamic, where's my aluminum pedals? You don't even get an aluminum dead pedal or anything. There's really no dead pedal even there. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3 zonks from me. You do have nice seat controls. Steering wheel is great. The only thing is I wish it was flat bottom, but you have a nice R badge. That Jaguar's right there. It's gonna pounce on you. The brushed aluminum, nice thumb controls, large metal, not plastic, not glass, metal paddles to go up and down that ZF 8-speed, and they're a great size. And then the dash in the center there, you have a nice TFT display. You got your speedometer, your tachometer, and then of course you could toggle through different things on that TFT display. You could even do your drive modes as well. So there's the comfort, there's the eco. I'm going back to that checkered flag though. We gotta have the checkered flag, dynamic mode. Why don't we go ahead though, let's check out the back seat and see if your passengers have enough room while you're hitting your apexes. All right guys, back seat time in the Jag. You know what, getting in wasn't too bad. You got plenty of headroom, which is nice. You know, compared to some of the competition, it's a little bit more cramped. Backseat seats, nice leather. I don't like the plastic. $58,000, I want leather all the way around. Don't shortchange me on my leather. I guess they must have got smaller cows or something. Or the cows, they used half a cow, I don't know. This is a little bit on the cheaper side, so I am gonna zonk that. You got a nice little pocket here for your everlasting gobstoppers, and then 2 12 volts. It would be nice if these were USBs. I do like the way they have rear AC. Cargo net's not my favorite, but guess what? You pull this down, it's a soft armrest. It's a little on the lower side, but 2 cup holders are nice. Flap it back. You got LED lighting back here for when you're reading your dictionary or your encyclopedia. Why don't we go ahead, let's check out the trunk and see how many books we could fit in it. All right guys, time to check out what kind of book material we can put in the back of this Jag. You hit the button, nice electric assist, raises up. Right there it shows you just how much room you have because you can see how much stuff is in the back. Those seats are gonna do a nice split action. The only thing is it's a little tight on the opening, but definitely plenty of things you could just throw into the back. You got a 12 volt, which is really nice, but why don't we go ahead, let's get to the best part. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take this Jaguar XE for a spin. All right, guys, we're in the 2020 Jaguar XE R-Dynamic with the all-wheel drive. I have it in manual shift mode because once I touched these metal paddles, I wanted to drive it in manual shift mode because they're such a great size, and the way that they're placed makes total sense. Of course, I have it in R-Dynamic mode. Right away, I'll tell you, the cabin is very, very quiet. Seats are comfortable, and I could see somebody who doesn't want to go the German route going this route with this Jaguar. But let's do a little acceleration test. I'm going to kind of slow down here. We don't have any traffic behind us. So second gear, on throttle, here we go. That ZF 8-speed shifts quickly. Nice sound coming into the cabin. That's for sure. That large TFT display is very easy to read. At the bottom, you do have your gear indicator. I wish that they would make that a little bit larger, especially because we are in dynamic mode. But very smooth on the downshifts. Turn in, crisp. Look at this, round and round and round. Here we go, getting on throttle. Nice, look at that. So the feedback coming to the wheel feels really good. The steering wheel is amazing. This wheel feels really, really great. Back on throttle. Let's see how she brakes. On the brakes, downshift. Not too shabby. I would have liked the back end to come out just a little bit more to help me square the corner off, but still, I was ready to rock and roll as I exited out of that right-hand bend. But into this nice long sweeper, carries its speed very well. And what's nice is how that suspension is really soaking up the bumps, but allowing that weight transfer to happen and hold the line perfectly. Let's go down a little bit of a twisty section over here after we go over these bumps. But back on throttle. Look at this. This is nice. So I'm getting really great feedback. She feels light on her feet. I just wish, of course, it had just a little bit more power. Give me 325 horsepower, this thing would be on the money. Especially with the all-wheel drive, because as you noticed, we didn't break traction whatsoever at any point during that twisty bit section. So I would like a little bit more power with the all-wheel drive, and I think this thing would really be on the money. Let me go ahead and put it in automatic mode. We'll see how she shifts all by herself. Very, very smooth. Visibility out the windshield's great. You know, it's a shame that that people obviously have their certain viewpoints towards the reliability and quality of this Jaguar, but from a driving standpoint, it's a lot of fun to drive. Unique on the design for sure, inside and out. And like I said, you do have some flexibility to where you have your different drive modes. And these paddles, I'm telling you, the BMW 3 Series, the Audi A4, this is the type of paddle it should have. Every time I zonk those paddles, this is what I'm talking about. Nice, meaty, and they're made out of metal. But driving very, very smooth, even in dynamic mode. It's nice to have the ventilated seats and the heated seats. I'm gonna put it back into manual shifting because that just makes it a little bit more fun. Actually, a lot more fun. But let's see how she handles in this right-hand sweeper here. On throttle. Really hunkers down. I'm telling you, she hunkered down. I was able to just hold that line, obviously, with the all-wheel drive system. That's really helping. It would be nice to do a back-to-back test. Put this up against the S4. Go get some Mercedes AMG goodness. And, of course, some BMW 3 Series and have them go back to back. I think that would be a ton of fun, first off, but then we would learn a lot really to see which one is the standout. I know which one I personally would go with, and I'll give you a hint, it's not this Jaguar. As much as fun as it is to drive, the look, the style, I'm just a little bit more particular about another brand, a German brand that really has me won over. But if you want to go that route of being different, this really does bring a lot to the table. All right, guys, we're doing some highway driving here. I have it back in automatic mode. Visibility is actually not too shabby. The mirrors are great. The back window's a little on the tighter side, but still, if you're using your mirrors properly and turning your head at times, I think that that's how you're normally supposed to drive anyways, that you're gonna be A-okay. It's surprising how quiet it is in the cabin. It really, really is. Even with the Pirelli P0 tires, not a lot of road noise. Overall, just, I think every time I look down at the gauge pod, I would like to see that 12-inch display like the F-Type has. I think that is just kind of hurting the overall experience, not only driving experience, but also the quality. I look down, I like the TFT display. It's just those analog gauges don't look right in here. They really don't. But this steering wheel is spot on the money, and everything else is very well laid out. But we're gonna go ahead. Hopefully this gave you a good idea about what this Jaguar XE is all about. We're gonna wrap it up, get back to Jaguar Clearwater, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another great day here at Jaguar Clearwater. I definitely gotta thank Chris, Phil, and the rest of the crew getting us this newly refreshed, newly updated Jaguar XE. Is it that standout when you're looking at the Audi S4, the BMW 3 Series, the competition from Cadillac and Mercedes and Acura? It's interesting. I feel like it does some things really, really well, but then some other things, it kind of drops the ball at this price point, but definitely worth a look. And if you want something unique, I don't ever think I've ever seen an XE actually out on the road. So you might have the only one in your whole state, which would allow you to have that exclusivity. But if it's cars like these that you want to keep seeing on the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Raity's Rides merch. Got to get out the Big Guns McGee. He wants to fly to England and visit the Jaguar factory. We'll go ahead and do that as soon as this whole virus thing is taken care of, Tom. But thank you for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.